Okay, good afternoon, brothers and sisters. As you can see today, we're going to be talking about making a gingerbread house with cream filling. No, we're going to be painting a fireplace today. Investor wanted this one painted. It's been painted before, so that helped out a great deal. There's some frosting right there. Cream cheese frosting. No. I'm not big. Well, I am and I ain't. If it's a huge fireplace that would take up like a whole side of a house, side of a room or something, I'm not real keen on painting the whole thing. But hey, if it's your fireplace, you can do as you want. So this one was this ugly tannish beige looking stuff. Get my cup down here. I done had it fall off the mantle earlier today and got paint all over the place. So luckily I had some drop cloths. And this is a Valspar 2000, I think is what he got. White high gloss, and I'm using a 1-inch Lenser brush. I've had this one for a little brush. I've had this one for years. I forgot. I think I bought it to do some quarter round in a tight place one year, and I've had it ever since. And it's probably the oldest paintbrush I own because I just don't use it that much. But anyway, the little 1-inch is going to be great for getting into the mortar. Now, the paint you use, like I said, it's your fireplace. Use what you want. If it hadn't been painted before, personally, I go down to Sherwin-Williams, and for the life of me, I cannot think of what it is, but they have like a primer for brick. And I will get that, and then I will put primer on it. I can't think of the name. I knew the name before I started the video, but now that I've got it going, there's other companies, Benjamin Moore, and they all have products for brick or stone masonry. So that's the way I start. You'll need, like I say, I've tried that with my 3-inch brush, and I just wasn't getting in there into all these little tight spots. So you really need a brush to get in, and this 1-inch does great. So now, personally, if this was a wood burning fireplace, I wouldn't paint, or I'd use a high temp paint around that. But as you can see, they got a gas log system in there, which will still throw some heat out, but oh well. Not my fireplace, just doing what the investor wanted. He swears up and down he has several others that he's done this way and he loves it. Now, once we get this paint in here, I'm taking my cheap Walmart brush because I don't want to run my good ones, beating this stuff up. You see all these rough spots? Even though this has been painted before, there's still areas that are rough that it's going to need paint in them. And then when I get this done, I will get my roller with a 3-inch or a 3/4 inch nap, and I will go over it. As you can see, there's a lot of areas like that. It's best to really get some paint. There you go. See how much it is? And if it falls on that hearth, oh well. I'm looking beside the camera as I paint, make sure. It's kind of hard to look through the camera and paint at the same time. But you want all these little places, unless you want rustic. And I tell you, if you leave these rough places like this open, it's going to look rustic, all right. So, but we want a high gloss. Let's get all the cream cheese drippings off now. He wants a high gloss white finish, and that's fine with me. It's going to look good once it's done. I've already done this side over here. You can see. Hadn't done the hearth yet. That's another little special kind of hell to do. So anyway, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to eat some labor on this because I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking, oh, gee, I'll just roll that and I'll be done in no time. It's been painted before. I didn't look real close, so I didn't see areas like this. That how rough it was. I figured, and you know, rightly so. You can see here, if you look real close here, that divot has some old paint in it, and they did a good job painting it before. But I still got to fill those divots. So that's why I use old brush. I don't want to beat up my good ones, jabbing it in there, you know, like so. Get all that in there, and let's get some more paint. But as far as, you know, like I said, if it hasn't been painted before, I like to primer it. Then I'll come back with this. I'll do this. I get all these divots. Now some brick is very smooth, some brick's very rough. And if you're very smooth, you're a lucky little dog. So there, we got it all. It goes much faster if you're not on camera. But so once I get these filled pretty much, I'll come back with a 3/4 inch nap roller. I'll roll this whole thing. And I still got all this to do. And then that's the first coat. And I'll usually put 2 coats on there, and then sometimes 3 if I don't think it looks that good. So it's not hard to paint a fireplace. It's going to take some time. And I thought this one would go faster than what it did, and it's not. I don't even know what time it is. Let's see. I don't know what time it is, but I've already been on this over an hour, and I really thought it would take 2 hours to completely be done with. And so I'm probably I'm going probably 4 hours probably all together with this thing, especially when I get down on the floor filling these and this. So and all these crevices down there. So anyway, that's how you paint a fireplace. It's not rocket science. You can do it. I wouldn't paint certainly inside of the firebox, because then you will. But this paint here on the edge will have a tendency, especially if it's not designed for a fireplace, to peel if there's a lot of heat. Now I don't really suspect that they'll use this very often. In fact, I think the investor was talking about just capping it off and just, you know, putting a little screen across it, decorative screen, and just leave it like that. But oh well, this is what he wanted for right now, and this is what he'll get. So there you go, Donald, bluecollardiy.com, painting a fireplace. It's not that difficult. Just make sure you get good quality materials. Now personally, I would have used, if this had been my own, I would use something a little bit better on this. But there again, this is what I'm supplied, what I'm asked to do, what I'm asked to put on this. And so it's what I'll do it, and it'll look good when I'm done. Now, will it be this way after the winter? No, I don't know. I'll come back and paint it with something else if he wants me to after winter. So anyway, guys and girls, it's not that hard to paint a fireplace. Just make sure you got good tools, or adequate tools. I'm not going to use my $20 Purdy brush jabbing paint in there. I'll use that $2 or $3 Walmart one to do that. And like I said, come over with a roller, this with a roller, and we're going to look good. So anyway, Donald, Blue Collar DIY. Don't forget to like and subscribe down there, and click the little bell so you'll get a notice every time I add a video, which I'm trying to do at least one a week now. So anyway, thanks y'all for watching. If you got any questions or comments, remember, leave them down below. And thank y'all again. Donald, I'm out.